Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some Milwaukee Braves baseball on here for you. It's June 26, 1961, and the Milwaukee Braves are traveling to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. And here is the starting lineup for the visiting Milwaukee Braves. Starting in center field is Gino. Leading off, batting second and playing second is Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing left field, Frank Thomas. Batting sixth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting seventh, doing the catching, is Joe Torre. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Roy McMillan. Batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves is Lou Burdette. And for the hometown St. Louis Cardinals, leading off playing center field is Warwick. Batting second doing the catching is Tim McCarver. Batting third playing first base, Bill White. Batting fourth playing third base, Ken Boyer. Batting fifth playing left field is Stan the Man Musial. Batting sixth playing right field is Charlie James. Batting seventh playing shortstop is Alex Grams. Batting eighth playing second base is Bob Lills. Batting ninth and doing the pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals is Larry Jackson. Let's get down to the game, folks, and get this started. And here we go with the first pitch to Gino. And that ball is hit in the center field. And Warwick's got it. One out here in the first. And that brings up Frank Boland now. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike three. Hey, Tim. 2 outs here in the first. Brings up Mr. Eddie Matthews. And that ball is popped up behind home plate. This young kid named McCarver's got it for the third out here in the inning. The Braves nothing. The Cardinals coming up to bat. We got Warwick, McCarver, and White due up here for the Cardinals. And that is hit down to Frank Boland. Easy play for Frank. One out here in the first. Here's this young catcher named McCarver. And the pitch to Tim. And that is hit down the third. Matthews up with it, fires over the first, and they get McCarver. Brings up Bill White now with 2 outs, nobody on. And that ball is hit down the third also. Busy inning for Matthews. 1, 2, 3 goes to Cardinals. We go to the top of the second. It's 0-0. We got Aaron, Thomas, and Adcock due up here for the Braves. And Henry hits that ball down the short. Graham's up with it in the hole. Fires over to White. 1 out. Brings up Frank Thomas now. And Frank hits that ball in the left field. Stan the Man's patrolling out there today. And the Man's got it. 2 quick outs. It's up to Joe Adcock here to keep this inning going for the Bravos. And he flies out to center field. And that's a 1, 2, 3 inning for Larry. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still tied up. 0-0. Boyer. Stan the Man Musial and James due up here for the Cardinals. Here's Ken Boyer. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field off of Lou. So now there's 1 on for the Man. See what the Man can do here. Here's a pitch to Stan. And that's going to be a ball hit down the first. Joe Adcock's got it. He fires it down the second. McMillan covering, but with Stan, they're not going to be able to double him up. Just too slow of a roller. So Musial's down at first now with one out for James. And that ball's lifted in the right field for Henry Hank Aaron. He's camped under it for the second out here. So 2 outs now with Stan down at first for Grams. And that's going to be a ball hit down to Matthews. He's going to go the long way over to first to get the final out. So they leave Stan on at first. We go to the top of the third. It's nothing. We got Joe Torre, McMillan, and Lou Burdette due up here for the Braves. And Joe hits that ball back to the mound. And Jackson can't handle that hot roller. And that's an E1. So Joe Torre is aboard here on a error by Jackson. Brings up McMillan now. Here's the pitch to Mac. And Mac squares this one up, folks. Braves might get something out of this error here. That ball is driven into the right field gap. Torre will chuck on down the third. With no outs, they're not going to chance it. We got second and third for the pitcher. And Lou Burdette is not a bad hitting pitcher, folks. Lou's hitting .262 on the year. He's got 3 home runs and 4 RBIs, and they don't even need a home run here. They just need a productive out. Cardinals are going to play the infield in with nobody out. Here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. And that ball is hit in the left field. Is that going to be deep enough to get Joe home? Yes, it is. Lou Burdette gets a sacrifice fly here, folks. And it's 1-0 Braves with McMillan still down at second with 1 out for the top of the order. Lou Burdette helps himself. As we like to say on this channel, we don't need no stinking DH. And here comes Gino. He's 0 for 1 today. And he's going to hit that ball back to the mound. Jackson fields this one cleanly. He fires over to first. McMillan will go down the third with 2 outs now for Frank Bolin. And here's the pitch to Frank. Frank is 0 for 1. And that ball is hit down the third. He'll fire over to first for the final out. But the error by Jackson helps the Braves score a run. It's 1-0 Bravos as we go to the bottom of the third. Hey, Tim. Check out Cleveland Baseball 879's channel. He's doing that 2007 Cleveland Indians replay, folks. Getting close to the end of the year for him. And the Tribe right now are in first place, so check it out. We got the bottom part of the Cardinals lineup due up here in the third. Lillis, Jackson, and Warwick. Here's the pitch to Lillis. And that is popped up in the infield. Who's going to call for it? Frank Bolin says he's got it near the mound. And that's the first out here in the third. Brings up Larry Jackson, whose error cost himself a run. And he hits that ball in the left field. Frank Thomas comes in a few steps, makes the catch. Quick 2 outs. And that brings the top of the order. Carl Warwick, he grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So with 2 outs, Warwick's aboard. It's going to bring up Tim McCarver. Tim's 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that ball is hit down to... That's hit back to the pitcher. And Lou's got it. He fires over the first for the final out. So the Cardinals leave 1. It's still a one-run game as we go to the fourth. Braves 1, Cardinals nothing. We got Matthews, Aaron, and Thomas, the big boys, due up here for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Eddie. Eddie's 0 for 1. He popped up behind the plate the first time up, and he hits that ball down the third. Ken Boyer, great fielding third baseman like his brother. He gets it and fires over the first. 1 out. Brings up Henry Hank Aaron. He's 0 for 1, grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Warwick misplays that and lets the ball get by him. And Aaron hustling all the way. He's got himself on the second with that E8. So now you got a runner down at second with 1 out for Frank Thomas. Frank's 0 for 1. He flew out the left field his first time up. Can he drive in Mr. Aaron? And he sure can, because that ball is back. That ball is deep. That ball is high. That ball is gone, folks. He turned on that one. That ball left this ballpark in left field quickly. Home run, Frank Thomas. Oh, cool. Looking forward to it, Tim. So now it is a 3-0 game, folks, thanks to that home run by Frank Thomas. Brings up Joe Adcock now with 1 out and nobody on. And Joe pops that ball up. No, he doesn't. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Jackson settles down and gets a strikeout. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Yep. And that brings up Joe Torre. He's 0 for 1, but scored on that error. So let's see what happens. 35 here. That's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. Oh, cool. Can the Cubbies win the World Series before 2016? Here's the 1-0 count on Torrey, and he hits that ball down the Grams, and he fires it over to first for the final out. But 2-run score on the home run makes it a 3-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the fourth. You got the heart of the lineup due up here for the Cardinals. You got White, Boyer, and Musial. Here's the pitch to Bill White. He thinks he can be a league president. He keeps telling these guys in the dugout. And that ball's hit down to Frank Boland. He throws the ball in the dirt. Joe Adcock comes up with it, but it pulls him off the bag, and Bill White's on an error. Brings up Ken Boyer now. Nobody out. Runner on at first. And Boyer's 1 for 1 today. He hits that ball in the left field. Frank's got it for the first out of the inning. Brings up Stan the man. He's 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a 2-ball, no-strike count on him. Can he take advantage of this hitter's count? No. Lou comes back to strike out the man. The man ain't happy with that. He says that ball was ball 4. He was ready to take his base. Stan, the man, goes back shaking his head. Brings up Charlie James now. And that's going to be a base hit into center field. And Bill White's going to chug on down the third. So we got first and third now with 2 outs. For Alex Grams, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be an infield pop-up. And Frank Boland's calling everybody off, makes the play. The Cardinals strand 2. Go to the top of the 5th. It's still 3-0 Braves. Got the bottom part of the Braves lineup due up here in the 5th. McMillan, Burdette, and Gino. McMillan's 1 for 1 with a double. And that ball is hit in the center field. Warwick's on his horse. He chases it down. That's 1 out. Lou Burdette had a sacrifice fly his first time up, folks. Drove in the first run of the game. Let's see if he can get a base hit here. And he does. Sweet Lou Burdette gets a hit in the left field. Like I say, Lou is not a slouch up there with the bat, folks. He says we don't need no stinking DH on this Braves club. So you got Burdette down at first. Here's Gino. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out the center. He's grounded it back to the pitcher. He's hitting 233 on the year. And that's what the Cardinals was looking for. That's a tailor-made double play. Hit down the Grams. Grams over the Lily. Over to first. That's your 6-4-3 inning double play, folks. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 3-0 ball game. Lillis, Jackson, and Warwick, the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cardinals. And that ball is hit down to McMillan at short. He's in the hole. Plants. Fires over to Adcock. 1 down. Brings up Larry Jackson now. Larry's 0 for 1. He's not a bad hitting pitcher. He's hitting 200 on the year, folks. Lou's got to be careful with him. And he is, because that's an Uncle Charlie that buckles his knees. That's not fair. And that is strike 3, 2 outs here. Brings up Carl Warwick. He singled his last time up. He's hitting 250 on the year. And that ball is hit down the first. Joe Adcock's got it. He'll take it himself. And that's 1, 2, 3 inning for Lou. We go to the top of the 6th. Milwaukee Braves 3. St. Louis Cardinals nothing. We got the top of the order. Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron due up here for the Braves. Oh, didn't know that. Yeah. Cool, Tim. Here's Frank Bolin now. Frank is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. He's hitting 311 on the year. And that ball is hit in the center field. Warwick's now don't even have to move. That was hit right at him. They had Frank Bolin played perfectly. Brings up Eddie Matthews now. Eddie's 0 for 2. Popped up and grounded out. Eddie's hitting 308 on the year with 17 home runs and 56 RBIs. And that ball's lifted in the right field. James near the line makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the 6th. It brings up the hammer. What Hank Aaron can do here. He's 1 for 2, scored. Henry's hitting 347 on the year with 15 home runs and 49 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit again in the center field. And again, Warwick's going to bobble this ball. And Aaron again is going to be on his high horse, and he's going to make it down the 2nd. That is 2 errors on Warwick both times with Hank Aaron up. So there's Henry down at 2nd. 2 outs for Frank Thomas. Frank homered his last time up here, folks. Let's see if he can do it back to back. He's hitting 236 on the year with 11 home runs and 34 RBIs. And not this time, folks. That's a swing and a miss. He was swinging for the fences. He came up empty. Braves strand Aaron down at 2nd. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got McCarver, White, and Boyer due up here. Here's the pitch to Tim. And that's going to be a pop up in the infield. Matthews calling for it. Makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Bill White now. Bill was 0 for 2, hitting 256 on the year. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Bill. See what he does with this hitter's count. And he drives that ball in the left field. Gets himself a base hit after Lou got behind on him. You got Bill White down at first with 1 out for Ken Boyer. Boyer's 1 for 2, hitting 322 on the year, folks. And that ball is hit down the third. Matthews up with it. His only play will be the first. Bill White will run down the second. Boyer gets him in scoring position for stand the man. Can he come up with a key base hit here? Get the Cardinals on the board. And that is ball 4. Stan the man will take his base. Now it's first and second and 2 outs. He's getting himself in a little bit of a mess here. Here's James. He's 1 for 2, hitting 305 on the year with 1 home run, 9 RBIs, and limited play. And that's going to be a single over short. McMillan couldn't reach up and get that ball, folks. And Stan the man's going to stop at second as Bill White scores. And it's 3-1 now. Still first and second and 2 outs now for Grams. Here's the pitch to Alex. And that is swung on and missed, strike 3. Lou gets out of it with only 1 run scored. But the Cardinals get on the board, make it a 3-1 game as we go to the 7th. We got Joe Adcock, Joe Torre, and Roy McMillan due up here for the Bravos. Joe Adcock's 0 for 2, hitting 268 on the year. And that ball is hit down to Grams at short. He plants and throws over to White, 1 out. Here comes Joe Torre. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and scored, hitting 267 on the year. And that's a base hit in the right field. He goes the other way with it. Joe's on it first now for McMillan. See what Roy can do here. Roy's 1 for 2 with that double. He's hitting a .191. He's not having a very good year at the plate. He's a heck of a fielding shortstop. And that's a 2-ball no count on, no strikes on him. See if he can take advantage of this. No, as Larry comes back to strike him out. That's 2 outs here in the 7th. Lou's pitching a heck of a game. And like I say, he's not bad at the bat. He's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. So they're going to let him swing away here. And that's a balk. They call Larry for a balk here. So Joe will go down to, I think it's a BL. Maybe. Let's see here. So Joe will go down the second. He's in scoring position for Lou. Here's a 1-0 count on Lou. Can he drive him in, give himself some insurance? And that's exactly what he does. He hits that ball in the right field. Joe's motoring around, folks. And he's going to make it in there with no throw. And Lou Burdette just got himself his 2nd RBI of the game, folks. Makes it a 4-1 game. That balk was a big play. Otherwise, Joe doesn't score. Here's the pitch to Gino. He's 0 for 3. And he's not 0 for 3 anymore, folks, as he does a Baltimore chop. And he beats that throw down to first. We got first and second. All of a sudden, Larry's got himself in a mess here in the 7th. And they like for him to finish this inning because he's due up second. They go out to talk to him. Got Frank Bolin up now, is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out the third, and flew out the center. So here's the pitch to Frank after the little talk. And he comes back and strikes out Frank. But thanks to Lou Burdett's single, the Braves increase the lead. They're back to a 3-run lead. We're in the 7th inning stretch, folks. Lillis will have a pitch hitter for Jackson, and then Warwick is due up here in the bottom of the 7th against Lou. Here's the pitch to Lillis, and he gets a hold of this one off of Lou. And that ball is hit well. It bangs off the wall, folks. And that is a stand-up double as Henry Aaron gets it in after it lays there against the wall. Cardinals making some noise here in the 7th. Will they bring out here the pitch hit against Lou? They're going to bring out Joe Cunningham, the pitch hit here. There's Joe. See what he can do now with a runner in scoring position and no outs here in the 7th. And sweet Lou Burdette, he walks him. That's first and second. And that'll earn a mound trip here, and the Braves will get the bullpen up. That brings up Carl Warwick now. First and second and nobody out. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Carl. And that ball is hit in the left field. Frank Thomas got it on his horse. He's running in the gap. Nice catch by Frank. Took a base hit away from Warwick. The runners will hold. And that's the first out of the inning. Here comes Tim McCarver. Up now. He's 0 for 3. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is back. That ball is back, and gone. That's a home run from Tim McCarver, folks, over the right field fence. And we got a tie ball game just like that. Lou Burdette gives up the long one to Tim McCarver, and it's tied up 4 apiece, folks. Lou was just breezing along here until the 7th inning. Brings up Bill White now with nobody on and 1 out. And he comes back and grounds that ball down the third. Matthews up with it. Fires over the first for the 2nd out. Here's Ken Boyer now. See what Ken can do. He's 1 for 3. And that ball also is hit down to Matthews. And that'll end the inning. But the Cardinals score 3 on the home run by McCarver. And we go to the top of the 8th, all tied up. He's going to come on here to pitch for the Cardinals. We got the big boys, Matthews, Aaron, and Thomas. So you got the lefty followed by 2 righties. Looks like they're going to bring on Mickey McDermott to come in here and pitch. He's a lefty to face Matthews. They got McDaniels warming up in case McDermott gets in trouble with the righties coming up. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Yeah, real long home run by Tim McCarver tied it up. So here we go with Matthews, Aaron, and Thomas here in the top of the eighth, facing Mickey McDormand. And that's going to be ball four. Not the way you wanted to start this inning if you're a Cardinals fan. The Braves are loving life, putting the go-ahead runner on at first for the big boys here. Here comes Hammer and Hank. He's 2 for 3. See if he can keep this up, folks. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Comes back and gets Henry. 1 out now. Here's the man, Frank Thomas, with that 2-run homer. And let's see if he can do something here with Matthews on at first as we drop the dice and make this an official game. And that's a swing and a miss. And he strikes out Frank. So after walking Matthews, he settled down, struck out the next 2. It's up to Joe Adcock here to try to get the Braves the lead here in the eighth. And he walks Adcock. So nobody's hitting the ball and nobody's touching it. They're either walking or striking out. Brings up Joe Torre now. The runner in scoring position and 2 out. Joe's 1 for 3. He scored twice. And that ball is hit down the third. He'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 2. Can't come up with a key base hit with those 2 walks. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's knotted up 4 apiece. Lou's going to be facing Musial, James, and Grams here in the eighth. Here's the pitch to Stan. Stan's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 3 as that ball's hit down to Matthews near the line. He plants and throws. Stan doesn't run well. He gets him easily. Brings up Charlie James. He's 2 for 3 today, folks. And that's going to be another base hit for James in the left field. So they get a runner on here in the eighth. Go ahead, run. Brings up Alex Grams now. 1 out. Braves are looking to turn 2 and get out of this mess, but that's not going to happen because that ball is driven into the gap in right field. James will stop down at third. We got second and third with 1 out. And Lou's due the hit second. They're going to bring the infield in and let Lou try to get out of this mess. Here's Bob. See if they can get Bob to hit a grounder in the infield. And that ball is hit down the third. Matthews looks the runners back. And that's the second out. That's a big out here in the eighth. Now we'll have a pitch hitter for Mickey. We got 2 catchers. So Carl's going to come on here to pitch hit since they got another backup catcher. See what Carl can do here with second and third and 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Lou. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. Lou gets out of the jam. And the Cardinals leave 2. We go to the top of the ninth, folks. And it's still tied up 4 apiece. McDaniels is going to come in the pitch here for the Cardinals. They'll be facing the bottom part of the order for the Braves in the ninth. He's got McMillan, a pinch hitter for Lou, even though Lou's having a hell of a game batting. I'll have to look at the bench to be honest and see if we even want to pitch hit for Lou. He is 2 for 2. See what Roy does first. Here's the pitch to McMillan. And that ball's hit down the short. Grams is up with it. Fires over the first. And that's the first down here. Now the decision. Do we pitch hit for the Burdette with Al Spangler or Lee May? I think Lee May comes in the pitch hit. And that'll be it for Lou. Lou's not happy. Like I say, he's 2 for 2 today. He thinks he can do just as good as Lee May. May's hitting 248 on the year, so 1 out and nobody on for May. And that's going to be ball 4. Take your base. So Lee walks down the first. So good job by him. Now we're back to the top of the order. Here's Gino. He's 1 for 4. Can he keep this up and get the Braves the lead here in the top of the 9th? That ball is hit down. Might be hit back to the mound. That ain't hitting nowhere. That's a swing and a miss. Gino goes down swinging, folks. That's 2 outs here. It's up to Frank Bowen to keep this 9th inning alive. He's 0 for 4, so he's due, folks. But it ain't going to happen as he hits that ball in the center field. Warwick tracks it down. And they leave May on at first. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. Let's see here. They're going to bring Raymond in the pitch. It's going to either be Raymond or Wiley. I think it's going to be Raymond. Yeah, the Clyde's going to come in here to pitch. He's got the top of the order due up here for him in the 9th. Not going to be a cakewalk, that's for sure. Warwick, followed by McCarver, who hit that 3-run homer, and Bill White. Here's the pitch to Warwick. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And the Cardinals get the lead runner on and the go-ahead run on. See what McCarver does this time, folks. Here's the pitch to Tim. And that ball is going to be hit in the right field. And Warwick's going to truck on down the third, folks. The wheels are starting to come off the card here. Now we got first and third, nobody out. That's going to force the Braves to bring the infield in. Raymond sure doesn't seem to have the stuff today. All righty, it's up to Bill White. Infield's in, outfield's in. Here's the pitch to Bill. And that ball is driven into the gap down there. But that would have probably been a triple, folks, as that ball was going to roll for a long while. But Bill White gets a single, and that'll end the game as Raymond can't get a single solo out here, folks, in the 9th. And that is all she wrote. Let's take a look here at the box score. Sure, heartbreaker. Heartbreaker for the Braves. The McCarver home run and then the walk-off single by Bill White. Oh, that's for sure, Tim. Yep. So the Braves 4 runs on 8 hits and an error. The Cardinals 5 runs on 12 hits and 3 errors. Like I said, you had Frank Thompson with that big home run go for naught. Lou Burdette with a great game at the plate. Just gave up that long home run to Tim McCarver. Top of the order for the Cardinals. Look at that. 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 2 for 5. Of course, McCarver with the 3-run homer. Lou Burdette, 8 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. Walked 2, struck out 4, and gave up the big home run. Raymond comes in the ninth and doesn't get a sole out. 3 hits and 1 run scored. Jackson, 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Struck out 5, gave up that home run to Frank Thomas. The bullpen came in and did their job, unlike the Braves. McDormand came in, pitched an inning, walked 2, struck out 2. That's where the Braves had their opportunity there in the 8th. McDaniels gave up, pitched 1 inning, struck out 1, walked 1. There's only 1 game left here on June 26th. That's the Giants traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Phils. See what happens here. And the Phillies shut out the Giants. The Giants, no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. And the Phillies 4 runs on 9 hits and an error. Owens pitched a heck of a game here, folks. How many strikeouts did he have? Let's look at his line. Owens, 9 innings, only a 2-hitter, of course. Walked 1 and struck out 4. Nice piece of pitching. Stanford didn't pitch bad for the Giants. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 5, gave up a home run. Who hit the home run, folks? It was a 3-run homer by Gonzalez. Man, he had 2 singles and a triple. Let's look at the standings here for June 22nd. Yeah, I thought so too, Tim. Like I say, poor Phillies are in last place. Braves are now 3.5 games up on the Reds. The Cardinals now are 5 games back with that win. Giants are 5.5 games back. Cubbies 8.5 games back. Pirates are 9 games back. Dodgers are 10.5. And the Phillies with that win are 18 games back, folks. Take a look here with the pitching in the National League with Warren Spahn not getting a win. His ERA is 2.54. He's still tied with Joey J for wins with 9. See what happened in the Cy Young voting with that loss. Still got the lead in the Cy Young voting, Warren does. I want to thank Tim D for stopping by. I want to thank Cleveland baseball fan 879 Tim for stopping by here today. Check out his channel. Like I say, he's doing the 2007 Red Indians replay. Did I miss anybody else that stopped in? I don't think. Alrighty, folks. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And on your way out of St. Louis, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and y'all take care.